Apply 3 settings and 1 map code to receive 0 ping. I'm going to be gifting some people from the item shop. So if you're watching this and want to be gifted, drop a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, and comment your usernames down below to be added and gifted something from the item shop. Alright, so let's go ahead and start this tutorial. So we've got to apply 3 settings and 1 map code. So let's go ahead and start with the settings. So what you need to do is open up the pause menu, and once you've opened up the pause menu, what you're going to go ahead and want to do is navigate down to where it says select game mode. Now this isn't a setting, but we need to do this in order to start this up correctly, and that is that you will need to go ahead and use the creative mode for this. So select the creative mode at the start screen, and then once you have done that, what you're going to go ahead and do is open up the pause menu one more time. Now that you've opened up the pause menu, what you need to do is press the R1 or RP button 3 times. So 1, 2, 3 times, just like that, guys. And now that you're in here, you are going to see a few settings. You want to go ahead and press on the one that says settings. Once you have done that, we're going to need to turn off 3 settings before we can move on to the map code. So the first setting out of the 3 you're going to want to go to is going to be in the second tab, in the game tab, okay? So from the first screen, you're going to press RB once, and then once you get over here, you're going to see all of these different options. Every console will have these settings, so do not panic, but what you will need to do is basically scroll all the way down to the very bottom of this first page. Once you are down here, you will see these settings called replays. Now, people have mentioned these in the past, but did you know that replays actually get uploaded live while you are playing? And now what that means is that your internet will be in fact actually uploading data that will be taking away from your actual in-game experience, making you actually lag and can raise ping. So the first setting that we need to turn off out of the 3 is going to be these record replays. You are going to need to turn off all 3 of these settings so that it doesn't record any of your games. And now that obviously is a negative, but I'm sure a lot of you guys can handle having your games not recorded as long as your ping goes down to 0. So to make our ping go down to 0, we need to apply 2 more settings and 1 map code. So let's get on to the second setting. The next setting is actually going to be very weird. And now what you will need to do for the second setting is actually you are going to have to go back to the main home screen. Once you are here, you are going to need to press RB a few times to get over to your locker, because this setting is actually having a certain skin on. Now, don't worry, everybody has access to the skin, so what you need to do is open up your skin, and what you will need to do is search around. Now, what is this basically method? Well, basically, this second setting is actually using a skin that doesn't need to be downloading from the cloud system, so that it saves your ping. And now, what skin actually is installed on everybody's games automatically? Well, that would be the default skin. So select the empty skin, just like that, and then it will equip you a default skin. And now the reason for the second setting is because what it is already installed on everybody's games, so it doesn't have to fetch info from the item shop, and it makes your game lag. So that was the second setting. Let's move on to the third. So the third setting of what you will need to do is you're going to basically go ahead and open up the pause menu, okay? So once you've opened up the pause menu, what you will need to do is basically scroll down 3 exact times. Now once you go ahead and scroll down 3 times, you're going to go ahead and open up the pause menu. And now that you will be in this settings tab, this should be one of the last times we have to open this, because we are now going to apply the final setting before we move on to the final step, which is a map code that will bring your ping down to 0. So what you need to do from here, basically, let's go ahead and start this now. So what you will need to do is basically navigate your way all the way over to the very final, basically, tab in this setting menu. So once you get to this screen right here called account and privacy, what you guys will need to do basically is go ahead and actually make your way down all the way to the bottom, okay? Because what you're going to go ahead and find down here is going to be this setting that says show social notifications. Now what we're going to need to do is there are a few settings in this that we will need to turn off. So the final setting is a mixture of a few settings in this final page. So let's go ahead and start it off by turning off the show social notifications. Now the reason for this is because when you are playing the game and if someone invites you, it will download the data to appear on your screen saying that someone has invited you. Do you want to join? This will actually take away from your ping and internet speeds, so you will need to turn this off if you need to get the 0 ping. Next up is going to actually be a player survey button. Now, Fortnite is always updating its game constantly for soft patches. Now, one of the soft patches is basically a survey that may be sent around to every player. Now, while playing the games, it actually might make your game lag when it's looking for these soft patches to do. So, by turning off the player surveys, it will actually reduce your ping, and that is going to be it for the last 2 settings. And let's move on to the final step, which is a map code on Fortnite that you need to follow a specific order to get to. So, if you guys want to get the final 0 ping, what you need to do to actually save it onto your account is do a few steps in the creative mode. So, what you're going to want to do is press X or square to open up the select game mode screen, and you're going to want to make your way over to where it says creative. Now, once you have found this creative map thing, what you need to do is go ahead and open this, and you are going to want to ready up by pressing Y or triangle. Now, this may sound stupid me explaining this, but this is a very complex order of steps you will need to follow, and you cannot miss a single step or else this glitch will not work and you will not receive the 0 ping that everybody wants. So once you're in creative, we're going to need to follow a very few steps of order that is very essential, because if we do not follow these, this can in fact make your internet worse rather than making it better. So pay very slight attention to what exactly I do. So once you are in the creative map, you are going to basically want to make your way up on top of this portal. Now that you're up on top of here, you're going to basically be able to see 4 different maps, guys, okay? So you're going to see 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, do you guys notice how this 4th one over here doesn't actually have a portal active on it? Well, even if it doesn't have the portal active, this is a glitched portal which Fortnite have made, where basically normal players can submit creative maps to it. Now, the creative map that we can use is basically the 0 ping map that will make our ping drop down to 0. Now, what you will need to do is identify this exact map right here, and what you are going to need to do is make your way down the stairs to the right, and you're going to want to basically walk over to this portal. Even for you guys, if it doesn't appear, even if it does have a portal here, this is still the exact portal you will need to go to. So what you need to do is basically interact with the console, and it is going to ask you to put in a select code. The code you're going to want to type in for this to work is going to be 0312. So the next step you're going to go ahead and type in is 3816655, and now the final letter the whole video has led up to is going to be 8. And then it should come up with a map by Peter, map for better ping, and you want to accept this. Now, after you have done this is going to make your game work less hard, and you should get 0 ping, as you can see.